why do you think it is that we find boundaries so difficult, Steph? Because I definitely do.
Yeah, it's very, very much a common issue for ADHDers. When I was learning to become a coach with ADCA, I remember the module boundaries was coming up, and my first reaction was, there's a bit of faff, boundaries. Yeah, boundaries. I've got boundaries. I know what boundaries are. And then we started learning about the topic, and it was like, oh my God, this is my problem. Like, this is it. This is kind of everything that I really need to kind of get across that's kind of been going wrong. And there's so many reasons why. I guess for a lot of ADHDers, we don't often stop to think about who we are, what our values are, right? What we want, what we don't want, how we should be treated. And then obviously some of us have had some experiences growing up where we've had to very much put our needs kind of behind us, just to kind of survive. So yeah, there's a lot to it.
Yeah, there's a big link here with childhood trauma, and often if we've come from neurodiverse families and they might not, probably weren't diagnosed either, they were ADHD or had autism, and they had their own struggles that they were dealing with, and maybe there was problems with substance abuse, alcohol abuse in the family. We've had to kind of, pitter patter around. And there's such a huge link here with not being taught healthy boundaries in the family. But also because we felt different, I think, Steph, we felt other. We feel like we have flaws that we have to make up for. We then, even if we kind of know what our boundaries are, particularly in relationships, we'll go, well, I'm flawed, so I'll put up with that. I'll put up with maybe that boundary being violated because I've got ADHD, or I interrupt, or I do this, or I'm a bit untidy, or I'm messy, or I'm disorganized and forgetful. And you kind of put yourself, and you lower your self-esteem, and you lower your own value by doing this, which is, looking at this week has been really horrifying for me, actually, to think what I have been doing and how devaluing I have been, because I haven't properly accepted or looked at all of the areas of my life that ADHD affects. And you just kind of bumble along, you don't look at it, do you? Because we just, run headlong. There's always so much to do, so much in our heads. It's when you stop and look and go, whoa, right, this has to change, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I guess that's another reason, I guess, why we don't stop, isn't it? Because when we stop and we do pause and we do look at things and reflect, it can be very confronting, very painful, and particularly if we haven't been equipped with the tools to deal with this type of thing, or have the support network in place to be able to look at it, because it can be very, very overwhelming and crippling, emotionally destabilizing. So it's no easy task, as we both